Hey, what's up, buddy boys and buddy girls? JJ Avenger here, coming at you with something great today. Today, I am back with another entertaining and amazing video for all you buddy peeps. Today's edition will be I wanted to do my first ever live stream, but for some strange, idiotic reason, they will not allow me to do so because I don't meet the necessary eligibility requirements on my channel, which I had no idea it even needed that. But of course, I guess with the technology nowadays, I suppose there's a right way to do it all, and honestly, I just have to figure it all out as I go along. But to be honest with you, I am very proud that I get to be here and I get to talk about how I feel on this particular holiday that we now are in as of this very moment. We are a part of Easter Sunday. And we are part of that in doing so that we choose to put our faith, put our trust, and put our family all together as one. This particular holiday is about new beginnings, new life, and of course, new creations. And when I talk about new creations, I'm not necessarily just speaking of newly born offspring or animal offspring. I'm not speaking of any of that necessarily, but that goes along with it. Of course, when you watched a movie like Bambi when you were a little kid, you probably understood what they were talking about, and you understood that that was the meaning of a new generation, a new beginning of new life. But of course, Easter to me, and I would like to talk with you about this, Easter to me and myself, I believe it has been the cornerstone, has been an enormous milestone through each and every year that we share this holiday. I mean, it's really so significant and so precious to us without us honestly realizing it all the time. I mean, we don't always see that this holiday that we share and honestly has been given to us, it's all about new life, new beginnings, and cherished moments, but it's also about hope. Yes, I'm gonna say that again. Hope. Buddy peeps. H-O-P-E. Hope is what guides us through our lives. It's what gives us direction. It's what gives us strength, power, and purpose. And in this life, we all need as much of that as we possibly can muster. We all have to learn to believe in ourselves when even others don't believe in us. For example, I was just a little lad back 2 decades ago. I was just a little boy running around all over the place, all over the woods, and into those woods I went. And the reason I went into those woods was because I knew that I was loved, but I didn't know what exactly love could be, or what love for yourself truly meant, without even realizing that I had already discovered real love for myself and for my family. See, I was just running aimlessly through those woods. I wanted to beat up weeds. I wanted to tear down bushes. I wanted to truly experience what it was like to live in the woods, in a secluded area, away from most of civilization. Little did I know that from that point on, and from years to come afterwards, that I would truly understand the real meaning of hope. You see, I was always feeling that I was alone in this world. Like, I honestly was never going to find anyone else to love me besides my own mother and my grandparents. I thought that if I could just continue to create my own friends and to create my own life, that eventually I would never need anyone else. Sadly, that wasn't the case. Of course, I was only a child back then, so I really didn't know what to believe. And I honestly couldn't speak for myself. Well, me and my mother were living in Trenton, Georgia, and that was our old home, living in a trailer. My grandparents were living in the same old house they've always lived in. I myself really wanted to know what it'd be like if I wasn't always in that location. If I didn't just know them, but I knew the rest of the world. So that's where the traveling came in. We traveled, we met new people, we discovered new aspects and prospects of the real world out there, and I gained new perspective. I gained so much new perspective at such a young age that I honestly was overwhelmed and filled with complete and absolute joy. Joy is what I felt. And not just on Easter. Oh, no, because we didn't always believe in Easter. See, we didn't always celebrate the holiday, especially in later on years. My mother just wanted to forget all religion in the first place, and to be honest, to this day, she still doesn't believe in it. But I do. And not because that I think that some Easter bunny is hopping around, putting the eggs into all these different locations, and we, as our only jobs to be able to go out there and look for them and discover them and pick them up and then eat the candy inside. I mean, honestly, that's a little children's wish. That's every children's fantasy, that the Easter bunny does exist, and he does deliver Easter baskets every Easter. But, to be honest, even though I don't believe there is such a thing as a mythical creature, just like I don't believe there's a Santa Claus mythical creature, I don't believe any of those creatures actually exist per se, but I do believe that their spirit does exist. The symbolism for their characters is what makes the holidays so intriguing to the ear, the eye, and, to be honest, just the way the fragrance of those holidays smell, because you can smell the fragrance of those gingerbread cookies or those candies and whatnot. You can smell the aroma in the air, and it's just mighty fascinating to you. That's what I believe. I believe, though, the symbolism for those holidays, people were quite creative with them. And I will never stop believing in them. I will never stop believing in the message that it gives you. It's also about a unique message, that there is such a thing as hope in this world, that there is such a thing as miracles in this world, that there is such a thing as wonders in this world. Memories, all the rest. But, of course, as we all know, this is just about Easter. And I am really going to only speak of Easter for the most part. Now, allow me to tell you another good story. And this has to do with a friend of mine. Now, but of course, she wasn't always a friend. She was my old girlfriend, Allison Moreland. Allison Moreland used to date me when I was 19 and she was 15. We were together for a while in Georgia. And when I went away and I graduated high school, she desperately wanted me back. Just continuously, over and over and over, talking about nonstop. It's like,
oh no, you can't. Oh, you have to come back.
And I can say to myself, please, girl, you just calm down. Let it go. I understand how you feel. But for right now, even though that I can't be there necessarily, you must, and you really should, hold on to hope. Because hope takes people across the whole entire world. It takes people into new branches, into new realms, into new arenas they could never even fathom in the beginning. That nobody could even fathom. But that's just the way God works. You know, you never truly believe a miracle and hope is real until you've experienced it firsthand. And to be honest, if you don't know how to have hope, then how would hope ever arise into the limelight? How would it ever truly become one with each and every human being in this world, besides just myself? Now, I'm a very faithful and hopeful man. I myself believe that this holiday is the most important. I'm not taking away from any other holidays, but this particular holiday, out of all the others, I truly believe is my favorite one. Not just because it's springtime and the winter's finally over. Not just because we get delicious candies. Not because there's so much symbolism and so much coloration. So much laughter. So much happiness. And yes, all that's important. What is most important is holding on to the fact that hope exists. And hope lives with you, in you. So, with all that said, I do hope that you have a fantastic and lovely Easter. And I'm glad I got to talk to you about all this. Glad I got to share what I have to say. And not have to worry about what other people may feel, what other people may think. Because I am hopeful. And we are the reason Easter exists in the first place. Alright then, this has been JG Avenger. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already done so, and I am of course showing you my face, but of course this is not going to be an every time thing. I'm not going to be showing you my face every single time that I make a video. Most of the time I am going to be blinded by the sunglasses. And no, I am not a blind man, so don't you dare insinuate nothing. Like my best friend Kessler, yeah, he was just insinuating that, oh yes, he's blind. Oh sure, these are blind man glasses. No, it was definitely not the blind man's sunglasses. They are the weird man sunglasses. The Mr. Entertainment sunglasses. I don't think I can honestly express that fact enough to you. So, without further ado, this has been JG Avenger, the Weird Man, Mr. Entertainment, and I am